Socialize your puppy. You probably heard that many times from different kinds of people, trainers, vets. So, what does that mean? What you want to do is make sure your dog is comfortable in their world, which is our world because you brought them into our world. So, why is that important? If your dog learns to be comfortable with the sights and sounds and smells of the environment, then they are less likely to be worried and scared, which means they are a more confident dog. And more confident dogs tend to be less overreactive to new situations. And wouldn't you want a dog that's comfortable in our world? So, who am I? I am Linda Kwan, and I am the trainer and owner of Wow Bow Wow. I specialize in working with pup parents that have just brought home a puppy, maybe 2 to 4 months old, as well as people who have brought home a dog that may be a little bit older, maybe 4, 5, 6 months old, or maybe even a year old. And then, of course, I'm happy to work with those who have adopted a dog. And adopting a dog could be a puppy, but many times it's a mature dog. So whether you have a young puppy from 2 to 4 months old to an adolescent dog, the 4 or 5 month old to 2 years, or a mature dog, whether you've had them for a while or adopted one, I can help you with training and behavior issues that you may be running into. So socializing your dog, whether it be a puppy or a new dog that you bring home. As I mentioned, a more confident dog that's not worried about their new environment, tends to be less overreactive. And again, wouldn't you want a dog? Don't you want a dog that's comfortable and feels safe in our world? So I'm going to go over like 3 types of scenarios that you should make sure that they are being exposed in the best way. So what I'm going to talk about in each of these situations is exposing them to the new environment in incremental stages. In other words, you don't want to just rush them. For example, some people tend to take the puppy and hand the puppy around to different people. And the puppy, depending on the personality and the breed, they may not feel comfortable being handled in the beginning. So, what I suggest for young puppies and or new dogs that you brought home, and especially puppies that haven't been fully vaccinated, right, is to watch the world go by with them. Let them watch people and dogs go by, motorcycles go by, big trucks go by, in the front of your house or in the front of your apartment complex. Watch the world go by. And again, because they're not fully vaccinated, you can hold them in your lap or put them in a cart or bring a chair out for them and have them sit next to you. So that's what I would like for you to do, to not overexpose them too quickly to things in our world, to overstimulate them and get them worried too quickly, is to incrementally expose them by letting them watch, air sniff, right? And and listen to all the different sounds that are going by or going by your house or it could be your backyard even. But the front yard, a lot of times, you get a lot more things going by. So it's probably a good place to start. Now, the second kind of issue that I hear from pet parents is about car rides. And again, incremental steps. In the beginning, for some dogs, they can get sick, car sick in the car. And you know what? For them, being in a car may be very scary for them because of all the different movements and or if they're looking out the window, the visuals, the fast moving objects that's going past them as they are riding in a car. So in the beginning, it's just fine to just introduce them to the harness and or clip that you're going to put them in, or the crate that you're going to put them in, and not go anywhere, but just let them smell it, sit in the car, just to get used to the car, right? Get used to the enclosure itself. And then you can move on to maybe turning on the engine and then maybe just driving around the neighborhood and just driving back. Just small incremental steps. Because I've had people that say, because their dogs get so worried, either they will throw up, defecate, or just drool or shake. So sad to see a dog in that kind of state. So give them time to get used to being in a car. And of course, you know what? Sometimes we have to take them in a car ride to the vet to get their vaccine, or possibly to, a dog sitter that if you have to, happen to have to leave your home for some reason. So sometimes you have to, get them in a car and drive them someplace. But if you can, incrementally introducing them to the car is so much better for them. The third thing I want to talk about is grooming. Now, not everyone takes your dog to a groomer, but you know what? Most dogs still have to be groomed. I mean, bathing, right? Much less, cleaning their ears out or getting their nails done, whether you do it at home or you take them to the groomer. So incrementally, again, introducing them to the different tools that you'll be using, or even touching them, opening the flaps of the ears, or, water. Some dogs love water. I gotta say, most dogs don't love baths, but getting them used to maybe some water on their feet in the tub, just a little bit of water, or getting them used to like opening their mouth and brushing their teeth, or getting them used to I don't know if you use a Dremel or if you clip, but getting them used to just one nail at a time, maybe just doing it one nail at a time. So it's working with a dog to make sure they don't get traumatized by these new experiences. And so this is all also included in socializing your dog to your world, to their new world. All right, I hope these tips were helpful, and I will see you next Tuesday.